It's the Cable
All right, we have a Jeskai Stip. Jeskai Satya Energies, to be particular. Pyroglaive seems like an awesome card to copy with Satya, huh? There's a bonus rider of $5 for every Satya token created, so hopefully we get that card. Ocelot Pride is an excellent card with Satya, because you can copy the Satya token. Fable would also be really good in this pile we're concocting. Fable, very unlikely to wheel, but possible in a pack with Sneak Attack, huh? And Chain Lightning. No energy cards here. Might just take a dual land, huh? Aiming for the 3-color deck. 5-mana Elspeth can also double tokens. That's true, that's true. So the Steel Cutter is tempting. I'm going to take a Hollowed Fountain. Keep on snagging and fixing for our 3-color deck. Staff of the Storyteller plays well with tokens. Makes sense to me. That Thundering Fall is also tempting. Yeah, maybe this is wrong. Maybe I should be taking the Falls. I really do like Surveil lands. I like Draw Engines too, though. You like how cards tempt me? They do. The cards, they tempt me. When you're drafting a card, you're drafting like potential, right? You're going down a river that's splitting off into smaller and smaller tendrils as your path gets more and more focused. So Amped Raptor makes energy. If it wasn't in the pack, I'd be all about this Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory also plays really well with Guide, by the way. So, hopefully, I mean, we already want Guide with the Ocelot Pride. Well, there's Elspeth if we want to play towards tokens, huh? Seems like that's a thing we're doing. I'm going to throw Wrath in the side. Well, no, actually. Yeah, give me the Treasure Cruise. Elspeths pair nicely together. Would I be tempted by the One Ring? I don't think I'd be tempted by the One Ring. I would just know that I could use it effectively as a force for good. Because I'm built different. So it wouldn't be like a temptation per se. I would just, you know, take it and fix the world with it. Oh, the staff wield. Instead of fixing the world, I could remake it in my own image. I mean, what's the difference? You'd be selfish with it to make your life extremely comfortable. Well, if you make your life more comfortable, like you matter, right? Wow, this fucking pack. Holy shit. Yeah, if you make your life more comfortable, I think that is making the world a better place. You know? I really want this Ajani. Ajani's so fucked up. And it seems like a great deck for it. It's not a bad Soul Ring, though, is it? You have these Elspeths that you want to play at some point, eventually. I think if I already had some acceleration, if I already had a Mox or two, I might take the Ajani here. Or if I already had a good synergy card for it, like Bombardiers. That was painful. Very tough to pass either of those cards. I'm going to grab Clamp here. That one seems kind of good with a lot of our more piddly token producers. It'll give me something for this Soul Ring mana to do. Ooh, little Flage action. hard to pass that Triome. It is our Triome. Path's interesting. Stoneforge already has one grab. Lily is always great. And we can play it cheaply off of the Soul Ring. I think I just want the land. This is a good pack with good cards, but I think I just want the land. 3-color decks are so rough. Mana-wise. Pack 2's been nice. Pack 2 has indeed been nice, yeah. Yeah, the fewer basic islands that I have to run, the better the Flage gets, too. So there's a little rhyme to the reason for the Seachrome pickup. Blue duels are going to be a little bit better than Boros duels for that reason, because the blue duels will help me replace islands. Is Malcolm or Cruz drawing me to blue here? There is a Stip drawing me here. Satya is a Jeskai energy card, and that card is the base of the stipulation draft that we are doing. Altman donated 20 buckaroos with an additional $5 rider for every time I copy something with a Satya. So that is our goal with this draft. We would like to do well, we would like to have fun, we would like to win, but we're going to do it while attempting to be a Satya energy deck. I think Satya would be cool at this start. Yeah, we have the Ocelot Pride, we got some cool things to copy like Pyrogoyf. We got a bunch of other token things. Wow, this is a great leader pack, Philia is really good. I think I'm supposed to be grabbing the Philia. I'm going to take the Windswept Heath, though. Another land in the graveyard for Flage. Philia is, like, easily first pickable. Almost sends a bad signal passing it. A little Flame Slash action. A little removal spell. Metamorph for 3-bit Inspector. What do? Let's take the Metamorph. Ideally, we don't have to play Jetmir's Garden as a Mountain Plains. I guess it makes Leyline Binding a little better. I'll leave it out here for consideration. Some other runes would be great in this shell. I think I'm just going to grab Flooded Strand. Yeah, a lot of really good looking packs today, for sure. So Hullbreacher is really good if the opponent's trying to draw cards. And then Fractured is really good against everybody else. If there's not many other people in blue-white, you could potentially wheel it. It's just, like, a lot better than Hullbreacher sometimes. Oh, Fractured's, like, kind of fucked up with Elspeth, too, right? We get 2 of the tokens. Bombardiers, huh? So if I'd taken the Blink Dog, then the Overlord would be very tempting. I think I'm gonna grab stock up, grab a little draw spell here. I think Grim Monolith's alright. We have 3 5s. I think we have the token producers that I just want the squadron here. I'm a little bit tempted by the general for once. We have 4 gold spells. That's probably borderline, huh? Palace Jailer is probably another good one to copy. The Final Chance. Well, we do have a sweet deck. And at least the deck's not a dud, right? You know, sweet Swords to Plowshares. And we drafted a deck where Satya would have looked very good, I think. With Ocelot Pride, Pyrogoyf, and Palace Jailer all being great cards to copy. And a lot of nice token synergies in here. Is there a company or individual that makes proxy cubes for paper play? Just entire cubes? A lot of people just order them custom. I think you have to like input them in. The good place for that, if you're looking at how to do that, is Reddit. There'll be people that just like have files and make it all easy and stuff for you. If you wanted to proxy up a whole cube. But no, there's no company that just sells Wizards IP. That would get shut down pretty quickly, right? Are there any archetypes I built for a stip that I liked so much I went back and did similar again? Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. There's been so many stips. Years and years of stips, huh? I think the Dracosaur actually makes sense here. With the Monolith and the Soul Ring. The old princely proxy method infested. Yeah, that like technically works. Doesn't like look or handle well amazing, but use what you got, right? You hate playing with real power? I don't. It's like kind of cool. I don't usually when I'm like doing like CubeCon or something and there's like a real power cube, I tend to avoid it because there are people that like really value that experience and like have like a sense of awe around power and stuff. Whether it's because of the history of the game or they just like get rock hard being around something that has a lot of monetary value. Who can say? But while I certainly like, it's certainly like kind of cool. I've also been privileged enough to be able to draft with power and such before. Thanks, sweetie. I've just been gifted a salad. And the powered cubes are usually like close to vintage cube, which I've played a ton of. And if anyone in the world has played like enough vintage cube, it's probably me, right? I can just cut the Amteraptor here. Don't need to follow the stip. I think it's fine. I'm gonna jam it. I like how Treasure Cruise and Occult Epiphany work together. I'm a little bit worried about Cruise plus Flage. We have Shorkai giving us some nice turn too. So maybe we just don't need the Cruise. I'd cut March, but we just don't have very much removal. Swords, Flame Slash. Well, I guess a lot of our creatures are removal. Yeah, get out of here. Can board it in later. Could just jam this. A lot of people play Soul Ring as a land. Let's look at our mana counts. So for red, it's like 7 minimum, but 8 would be nice. So we have 1, 2. Does Heath get red? Doesn't, because there's no plateau in there. Okay, so like I need to run the Savai Triome. Almost makes me want to play the Savai Triome, the Jetmir's Garden, and the Leyline Binding. But this will be okay. So this would be 7 red. And blue would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? We don't need 10 blue sources. Maybe 10 white. How much white do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also 10. We're fine with like 7 blue, right? Do is invert the islands and mountains. Then we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 10 white, 9 red, 7 blue. I like that. Is Skydiver a sideboard card? Could be. I'll get the main deck here. Increases my Amteraptor hits. Ooh, well, I think I'm all right. Like, the mana's good. We have a removal spell and a clamp. There's just, like, nothing to clamp. We got some real nice 1-drops in this deck. Let's go looking for them. Okay. I'm gonna keep this in Bin Squadron, then we just have like 2 disruptive cards. Doom Wake. Hey, Doom. Doom Wakers. How was Doom's stream? Were hijinks had? Any sweet fucking formats? Any sweet decks, games? I need the deets. Yeah, give Doomwake a follow if you haven't yet. Dude rocks, stream rocks. Looks like they put into also mold. Yeah, we've had a pretty solid day of Vintage Cube so far. We trophied earlier, right? What was that? What deck trophied? We went 2-1 with that pile that I was unsure if it was going to get any wins. Oh, this straight up missed their second lane drop. That's brutal. I really want to steal it. I'm going to steal it. Can't help myself. So the reason to not steal the spell bomb there is my opponent clearly kept a one lander for a reason. I assume that they've got a 2-mana mana rock. That's a fairly common keep, right? Keeping a 1-lander on the draw with a mana rock. I'm enjoying that extra card I got though. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, so they actually kept a hand that was very full of mana sources. It must have been painful to whiff. I think that's just lethal, yeah. Oh, the Elspeth was extra. So all we saw was a pile of mana rocks. So I'm going to bring in Skyclave here. How wild would it be if an opponent played Satya and we got to metamorph it? Or like Fractured Identity it? Unfortunately, it's not a super played card. Which is what makes it like a pretty good single card stip. Because you're very likely to see it. 66% of it, 66% chance of it showing up in a given draft. Which doesn't give it a 66% chance of it making it to you. But in Satya's case, it's pretty close. You're probably going to see it in like 60% of games. Or drafts, not games. You don't typically play Malcolm as a sorcery, but here we have the extra mana from Soul Ring. So I can either draw a card from Staff or I can flash this thing out. I kind of want Elspeth first and then Fractured, because then I'll get 2 copies of whatever I steal. We'll see what they do here. If you start with the Malcolm there, they have to commit some cards to Frog to eat it in combat, but there's a chance they want to do that anyway. There's also a chance that they've got like a removal spell for the Spirit and things just get out of control. Deck's got jumps. Yeah, you got it. They did feel like a Wrath deck, so I almost targeted Basalt Monolith. I didn't have it in me, though. Digging into these staff cards. Really glad that staff wheeled. That was so good for me. Are they thinking about down-ticking on my Elspeth? I think like 90% of players have already drawn their card. Oh, okay. They might have been thinking about whether they wanted to surveil first or not. Yeah, you could leave up some mana to pay for a soft counter here. Just in case. Fuck that, though. I was worried about balance there for a second. After I make this giant army. Sure went from having 2 tokens to dead you pretty quick there, huh? Not bad. So this hand sucks. It's like 1 card, right? It's just like a bunch of mana, a ramp spell, and an Athari. So if your opponent just has like 1 answer, you just don't do anything. But if you're only going to have 1 card, you do want that 1 card to be able to win the game on its own. And Athari certainly does that. Plus, the deck's full of bangers to rip, so. I like having a nice plan. A hand with a plan. I don't think Athari works anymore, huh? They literally just eat it with frog. Frog's so fucked up. Your 5-drop's no good. I have a toad. She left white up, huh? Oh, I needed the white to play the thing, the Sharkheim. I guess I could have fetched a different white. Yeah, back-to-back frog opponents. You can't believe the vehicle wheels a lot. Shorkai. So, the thing with Shorkai is, you need to be in blue-white. And I don't think blue-white has a ton of good archetypes. If you're playing in a slow control deck, then you like have other options for card draw too. It might be a little less clunky. I do really like it in the artifact deck. They can like play it off of workshop mana and stuff and care about it being an artifact in play. Yeah, I actually trophied with blue-white earlier today, but I agree with you. It is difficult these days. If you're playing like the old school version of blue-white with like a bunch of sweepers and counters and stuff, a lot of your opponent's threats are hasty. There's a ton of reach in the cube. All the creatures draw cards or gain value and stuff. That's cute. My trophy deck earlier had it. For sure. I was gonna Thori Slam here. No, I think I don't do that. Yeah, I think if you try to slam Athari and get in there, and like they just kill the Athari and keep drawing cards at you. Might discard Flage to the Epiphany here. Fate Sealing, sure. So we're playing red, so the Fate Seal makes sense. They want the Jace to live and not just get bolted or something. I don't think the uptick matters very much here, though. How do I rank Flage in comparison to other Boros bombs, like 4th and Athari? Very close to Athari. I have them both a bit down from 4th. Man, I really want to try and, like, get multiple of something fucked up with Ocelot Prime. Ocelot Pride. I'm just going to take the Jace, though. They're sitting there with that 1 mana open. It feels like a path for Athari, right? You think Fractured would give the Athari... You think Ocelot Pride would give the token to the opponent? Why? For each token you control it, you create a token that's a copy of it? No, it'd be yours. Isn't that how Fractured reads? Well, Ocelot Pride does not copy Fractured. Ocelot Pride is its own ability. Yeah, this is good, but it's not quite good enough. Then I was going to Metamorph Athari, and then, like, even Solitude doesn't save them. Maybe Elspeth pump stuff, who knows. I'm going to bring in Skyclave Apparition as another frog answer, I guess. Get this Squadron out of here. I think that just should have been the main deck. Plus Apparition minus Squadron. Shurikai can attack. Yep. Yeah, when you only have like 10 cards left in your library, you can start attacking. Pretty good card, huh? Kind of carried my ass that game. Bummer to have been the Pyroglyph, but gotta been something here. I know very little viewers give a shit about my diet, but I will say my stomach has been feeling awesome. Doing the low carb thing, doing the keto thing. Just after like every meal. I'm never like bloated or anything. Or sluggish. That's always a good sign. If you're wondering if a diet is right for you, what was my diet before going keto? Pretty bad. I was like ordering delivery every day or every other day. At night I would get hungry, and I'd just like make a pot of pasta. So I was probably jamming like 3,000 calories a day or something. Am I cutting out all fruit? Yeah, so far. The plan is to reintroduce fruit. Berries and such. You're the midnight pasta man? Yeah. Holy shit, Pockets. Congratulations. That is a huge shift. Not congrats on the diabetes. Congrats on successfully adjusting and such. In case that wasn't clear. In case it wasn't clear what I was congratulating. Obviously the diabetes fucking sucks. You think I woke up in the morning feeling super hungry? No, not really. I've never really been super hungry in the morning. Like, regardless of diet. You feel fantastic now, sleep better, no longer have high blood pressure, exercising is a lot easier. Yeah, I've been getting a ton of exercise in. That's been nice. So you could broadside and then huck Malcolm. I think I like that, actually. The other line is to just, like, swords the Bob and then clamp Malcolm. Pretty good chance of hitting a land drop. Yeah, well, I don't know. I should have just bobbed it, or bombardiers it. One of the things is, like, bombardiers doesn't answer frog very well, and swords is perfect. Pretty glad I went with this line, though. With the flood pits there. Does keto cut out veggies? Really? Yeah. You've already been answered. Basically, just root vegetables, so like potatoes, stuff with a ton of starch. Keto's under 25 net carbs per day. Yeah, and of course you can adjust that based on your own body, right? Your own personal thing. Some people need a little more, and some people need a little less. I usually aim for 10-ish, and then if I go over a bit, it's not a big deal if I like fuck up, because like something has a little bit few more carbs in it than you'd expect. It doesn't like get me out of ketosis. Me and my fiance both had done keto before. And last time that's what I did, and it was like really successful for me. And last time she would like push it like right to the edge, you know, and she would get knocked out of it sometimes. So she was happy to join me. Correct. Keto is short for ketosis, yeah. You went from 308 to 188, which was actually underweight. Oh, nice. Not like being underweight, but it sounds like you found a healthy spot. It's good that you were like aware that you were underweight too. Keeping really good track, it sounds like. If you sack the Skyclave there, you get to draw 2, but they also get a 3/3, and they can double block your broadside. I just wanted to put the clamp on the Skyclave first to make sure there wasn't any funny business with like Snuff Out, for example, that I would waltz into. Advice on how to get fat: get a job at KFC, get a free meal at KFC every day, eat just like a shitload. Oh, you're vegetarian. I don't know. Some vegetarians manage. I think it's like max junk food. If you can eat fried chicken, though, it's really easy. Has been my experience. Cakes, potato chips. Yeah, yeah. Oh, soda? Yeah. Yeah, soda's a real easy way to just get like a shitload of calories for essentially no nutritional benefit. Donuts? Yeah, that's a great one. How much mana do I got here? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can 5 plus 5. Let's do it. Get a pint of ice cream, leave it to melt, and then drink it every day? My God. When I was a kid, I had a dairy. I had a small dairy. If you're ever in northern Wisconsin, by the way, this is a northern Wisconsin plug. If you're ever in like the Ashland, Washburn area of northern Wisconsin, there's an awesome dairy in between those two shitty small towns. Beautiful place to visit, by the way. The northern Wisconsin, see the lake, go visit the Apostle Islands, go to the ice caves. A lot of cool things to do if you just want to like get out in nature and see like a really pretty area. Not a lot of people. Great place for like camping or if you're into winter stuff like snowmobiling and skiing and all. I'm getting lost. But the main plug I want to give is for Tetzner's Dairy, which serves a very rich. It's like somewhere in between like a normal ice cream and gelato. It's definitely ice cream, but it's like rich and awesome, and all the flavorings you can tell were just like mixed right there. The bus rides are miserable, right? Whereas you ride your bike, you can listen to your own tunes, enjoy yourself a bit. Was I not sweaty showing up to school? I guess you'd have to ask my classmates. When you do the same ride every day, though, it's not like it's breaking your balls, right? It's not like a big exertion. No, I didn't bring a change of clothes, and I never got any comments about smelling or anything. Worst player here is resub with 30 months there. Appreciate you, worst player here. Said, I think that's how some of those bodybuilders who need the insane calorie intake do it. The ice cream thing, just melting a pint and drinking it. That seems real easy. I know when people are bulking up to go on Alone, which is a survival show, they'll drink a lot of olive oil. So drinking caloric-dense food seems to be the way, huh? Oh my God, it is modern. New season of Alone starts in 3 weeks? Hell yeah. I was kind of wondering about that. Coming up on the end of Andor. I watched the second season of the Australian Alone. Why did I put this in Play Tapped? I think in my head I thought I had a blue dual already, and I super do not. Oh well. Yeah, I watched the Australian version to tide myself over. I have heard, so there's other versions in other countries. I've heard that the US and the Australian ones are the only ones worth watching, according to the Alone Reddit. Oh yeah, Great Skyfish. I think that's like a very human reaction to that show. You're seeing people being pushed to their very limit. And like it's a reasonable amount of money, so you're seeing people like basically starve themselves for capitalism. And the results can be pretty brutal sometimes. Sounds like a Mr. Beast video. Eh. In the ideal universe, for both the contestants, the viewers, and the showrunners, is that somebody ends up crushing it, which does happen in some seasons, and like figures out a way to flourish. It is certainly the minority outcome, though. Yeah, so if they hit me with something, then they get the Monarch bank, and then they get their Nadu bank. It would have been kind of poetic if they'd flashed in a Malcolm there after I like failed to play mine earlier. It's just straight up 5-5, huh? Well, kind of seems like it's gonna beat me. Want something motivating that I'd like people to know? There's always a bigger fish. No matter how badly you screw up, most people out there will not care very much. All your mistakes and failures in the big picture are just like little blips, right? I don't think I'm winning this. Unpack it. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring in the fucking Skyclave for the fucking squadron. I think I want more removal in this matchup. Hell yeah, Tutor Chimp. Yeah, following bands and getting excited about upcoming releases is always really fun. New Howling Giant album coming up. Apparently it's getting mastered right now. You like Skydiver? We can play it. They might have like random equipment to grab too if they're doing Nadu stuff. I did swap the Jitmir's Garden in for a mountain, so if I'd swapped it in for a plains, then couldn't play Ocelot Pride, I'd be kicking myself. That's why I mentioned that. I think the stand's good though. We can play like the Thundering Falls on turn 2, and then maybe flage something out of the way to let the Pride get in. I mean, I guess the Pride doesn't have to get in if the flage is gaining life. There's a line where you just play out the Monolith here to play the Dracosaur on turn 3. Might be better. I don't think they had a ton of removal, so there's a solid chance that Dracosaur would just waltz away with the old game. Do I like gambling, like poker or anything like that? When the poker boom first started, I was like right out of high school. And I read most of Dan Harrington's books, and a few others and stuff, and set to work grinding penny stakes. Yeah, I kind of wish I had gone for the Bonehorde line, because I don't like... I mean, I would just be able to fracture the Nadu here. I don't like flaging the elves. They might just get a land to replace it anyway, So we're just going to, like, Monolith Pass here, I guess. Hope they don't fuck me up. Yeah, so I played a lot of micro stakes, and then and that was kind of miserable. But I top eighted a few larger tournaments, like 2,000 person, smaller entry fee things. And then in college I had some success, just like playing with drunk college students. If I could only play with drunk college students, I would just like still be playing poker right now. If you could just always have a game, playing with drunk people is really the ideal way to be a winning poker player, I found. But like, God, Nadu's so fucked up. But like the few times that I played in like Vegas, for example, I didn't exactly crush it. I felt like the tables were pretty tight. I think they're just activating Bill, huh? Oh, they're not. Awesome. Love that JRC. I'd eat there. An Asian fusion tapas restaurant called Wanton Destruction. Ooh. Mexican food truck called Rock and Roll. Or Guac and Roll, I see. Why are y'all sharing these $1 million ideas? Don't you have a Shark Tank to appear on? A Greek food truck called We Can Be Heroes. Go on Shark Tank with nothing but a business name. It'd be amazing if it landed too. They're like, oh yeah, here, have all the money. Cottage cheese cottage. You just got that from Flight of the Conchords. So they twisted again. Our spot is much better, They don't have a Nadu. We have their Nadu. We have a giant dragon. Our new hand's full of removal. They accidentally only untapped 5 lands. A lot of things going right for us, actually. Does Nissa do anything here? Alright, so we binding the Primetime. Flame Slash the Beast. Attack clear Nissa. Still leaves with the opponent with a lot of mana, Clamp could pop off with Nadu here. I think we don't need it. You think they were dead with Elspeth? I don't. If you Elspeth, you're like not playing the Athari, and they still have a blocker. So I don't know how you're getting anything close to 16. Oh, it jumps your creatures, right? So you wouldn't care about a blocker. That's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 plus 6. Yeah, that's 14, which is what some people had. And then the clamp makes a power. Yeah, chat's right. I kind of forgot that it jumps, that it gives them flying. I was like, that's not close at all. It's like extremely close. You like that I admit it when chat isn't totally stupid? I mean, it'd be kind of embarrassing if I didn't, right? How dare someone point out something I missed? I, the most important streamer. The cauldron doesn't do much, but it does give him another clue, I guess. I think it does cracking clues. Digging for some kind of a win. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to kill the Raphaelos instead of the Oddity, huh? Oddity's terrifying, though. Just give everything haste all of a sudden. Little mini crater hoof. Well, that's infinite mana. But they just have one card in hand and this clue token. Yeah, I assume they have Basalt in there somewhere. If they're playing Forensic, wouldn't make much sense in their deck without it. We stole their Nadu, and they're still comboing over there. Card really is busted. So I don't think Emrakul wins here, but Ballista does. Crater Hoof, but only 2 creatures serving. Oh man. They needed to draw the Crater Hoof just like a little bit sooner, Because I think like one more creature. Oh, it is 3 creatures attacking. Okay. So we're at 27. I think they actually got me. Because they're at over 30, right? The smallest is a 11 power. Might as well just throw everything in front of something. And let the machine do the math. Yeah. Oh, looks like I did not win. Close game, though. A lot of cool epic stuff coming down from the opponent's board. Fun little stip. Forcing Jeskai, attempting to make a good Satya deck. We waffled on it. We whiffed on the Satya, but I had a good time. I had a good time with that deck for sure. Thanks again for the donation. All right.